I just wrote a song called Up for Karina from Aespa, and it's now the highest SM record to reach a certain amount of streams in a certain amount of times. Like it's
Oh.
we broke a record with it. Yeah.
I've been drinking, so this gon' be the only time.
That really has been a whirlwind of a year for you. You know, the success of Bum Bum and now your EP too. Before we dive into that though, take me back to where it all started. How did you get your start in music?
So I've always done music. My dad is very musical, so he was very much into the Jamaican reggae kind of sound system scene,
Yeah.
MCing. So he had a studio in our house, and then my younger brother was born. So my dad had to kind of move the studio out and
Right.
create a bedroom. So when he moved all the studio out, he put the piano in my room. And then from a young age, that's when I started to teach myself how to play. I play fluidly now. And yeah, that was like the first musical instrument I ever kind of touched or delved into. And then the singing just kind of came with it. But because I'd always grown up hearing my dad sing, and I had so many family members who sung in my
Yeah.
family, it was, it was bound to happen. So yeah, that's kind of how I started, definitely.
I love that. So it's
Mhm.
from a musical family.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, everybody loves music. Even my younger brother, like he loves music. My older brother, someone's either rapping, producing, or singing in my family.
Really?
Yeah.
Girl, that's
Definitely.
sweet. You got the whole crew, the whole team just at home.
Exactly.
Now, we talked about this earlier. Bum Bum is actually a track we play a lot on the station here at Kiss92.
Thank you, guys.
When you first put the song together, did you see it blowing up the way that it did? Because it's huge over on TikTok as well.
No, do you know what? Like, as artists, we always want to create something that's going to reach loads of people, but you never truly know what's going to go and what's not going to go. So I just focus purely on, my creative process is just, I'm just going to make music I love. If I love it, other people are going to love it too. So I focus more on that and just focusing on my creativity. I think a lot of artists try and create music that is like for TikTok and things like that. And
Yeah.
usually I feel like you can tell when someone's tried to make a song for TikTok. So for me, I just make the music that I love and put my all into it. And then I know people will be able to relate to it.
On that note, you are an artist, you're a singer, a songwriter, girl can do it all. Not just for yourself though, you actually write for other artists as well.
Yes.
As a K-pop fan, I gotta ask, because recently NCT's JAEHYUN dropped his solo debut, and you actually wrote Roses, one of the songs on his debut album. When it comes to things like that, how do you decide what songs to keep for yourself and what songs would be best for another artist?
When I'm writing for other people, I do just know. It's a feeling that you have. You either know whether you're super attached to the song or not. And I can be attached to songs that I've written for other people, but there's a level of attachment that you just feel where you go, okay, I know that's for me. I know that's for me. There's a song on my project on Emotional Gangster EP called Reverse, and I wrote that song with other artists in mind. And then when I got home and I sat down and listened to it, I was like, no, this one is for me, definitely. And you can just feel it in your gut as well. When it comes to writing for like the K-pop artists, and I love it because it gives me the opportunity to do stuff that I don't usually do for myself. So I can be more creative, more explorative with my work, knowing that they're gonna love it because I love K-pop. I love K-pop.
What is like your favorite group right now?
My favorite group.
Yeah.
Do you know what? At the moment, I'm more into the solos at the moment. Yeah, I didn't really know that Aespa were going to be doing solos, but I just wrote a song called Up for Karina from Aespa, and it's now the highest SM record to reach a certain amount of streams in a certain amount of times. Like we broke a record with it. Yeah.
You did, girl. Can I tell you what though? When she performed it live on tour at her concert, I saw it blowing up on YouTube. That was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it was me and my girl Tanisha. We literally wrote it so quickly as well. That was the first time we was in Seoul. So It was fun. And writing that for her is like it felt so fun to me because it gave me the opportunity to delve into a genre that, you know, I do make because it is R&B, but it's got more pop influence on it as well. And that's what I love about K-pop is they can, you know, make everything sound cooler. Basically. Pretty much like the swag, the performance, the dancing, everything that they do as a whole package, they just make everything better. So I get really excited when the K-pop songs that I wrote come out. Love it.
You get excited when your songs come out as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Your EP just dropped today. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's been a whole year in the making, right? What are you most proud of putting your EP out?
This EP means a lot to me. I think a lot of artists make projects that the whole project is usually one genre or usually based off of one topic. I don't do that. I make songs. I want somebody to press play at the beginning of my project, and then by the end they have heard like 5-6 different genres, and they've felt 5 to 6 different emotions, because, you know, I'm a little bit ADHD, so I want someone to kind of step into my brain for the moments that they listen to my project. Just step into my mind and you're going to feel so many different things that I'd felt in that year of creating that project. So that's what I base my creativity off of, is people being able to come out of listening to my stuff and to have felt multiple different emotions, because music does make you feel different things. Like, you can attach different songs to different memories in your life, but also you can attach different feelings. Like, I could listen to a song and be like, oh, I went through that when I was listening to that song, you know? And I do that with other artists, so it's important to be able to have people do that with my music too, for sure.
Off of this album, what is a song that you hope will become a fan favorite? It doesn't necessarily have to be a single. What is a song that you think fans should pay more attention to? Reverse
for me is the best piece of music that I've created. It's just like, it's a journey from the moment you start. Is about, you know, it's quite petty. It's about doing what somebody did to you in reverse, so literally doing it back to them, but it's so much deeper than that when you really listen to it. The music takes you on a journey the whole way through. By the end of the song, you're almost exhausted because you have felt so many different emotions and gone through so many different moments. So it really is just such a journey, and I want people to be able to take that in. And I know everyone's going to be able to relate to that one, because, you know, someone's done us dirty and you want to kind of get them back, but you can't. So it's kind of that. So yeah, I think people are going to love it.
I kind of like that. We need that. We need that in life. We need a track like that. Okay, this is a question I'm interested in. When you're writing songs, what is the song that has taken you the longest to write?
Mercy, because the melodies, just most of the time I write my songs in like a couple hours, but with this it was a day, because we had to dig into what it was that I wanted. And that was one of the days where I was in the studio and I was like, I don't really know what I want to make. I just want to make something that talks about this. So melodically we had to really pick apart, like myself, there was Bav, who's an amazing producer, and then it was myself and a UK artist called Shaka, who I wrote it. We had to dig into my brain and work out what it is that I wanted from this track. Because you can go and make songs and then it's just like, oh, it's a great song. But I was in project mode. So I was like, no, this needs to be a song. This needs to be a song for my project. So there was a bit of pressure, but we really put our heads in and we got exactly what I wanted out of it. So I was super happy with it. But I love that song so much. I love Mercy.
I have to ask you this, Morgan. Who are some of your favorite musical influences? Because as an artist yourself, I'm sure there are other artists that you look up to as well.
Yeah, so Rihanna, always first for me. I grew up just queuing outside HMV stores to get her physical CDs growing up. Victoria Monet.
Woo! Yes.
She's a monster. Her writing, her song, I know she was a songwriter, first and foremost, so it makes so much sense why her stuff's so good. But her Jaguar EP album for me is one of the best pieces of music ever created. And also Chris Brown. His 1111 album for me is again like one of the best projects ever made. And that project, the 1111 album, has been influencing a lot of new music that I'm creating at the moment as well. So yeah, it's gonna be good.
Morgan, what do you want to be known for as an artist?
I want to be known for spreading the word that there is no genre that is subject to an artist, and there is no genre that is subject to a race. You just make what you make, and you be as creative as possible. But it's so easy for industries to put you in a box and try and be like, oh well, you're from here, so that means you have to make this, or you look like this, you have to make this. We're creatives, and one thing creatives don't like being done to them is being put in a box, being sheltered. I want to spread the word that it doesn't matter where you come from, you can create the music that feels right to you and what naturally comes out of you. Because a lot of people, I'm mixed race, so my mother is white and my dad is black, Jamaican, and my mum's family have Jewish roots and my dad's family is Jamaican. So I had that dual heritage, that culture clash that came together. And a lot of times in the industry there would be a lot of white A&Rs telling me that my music's too black, and a lot of black A&Rs telling me my music's too white. And for me, because I'm from both, I don't feel like I need to fit into one of those boxes. I was made from a black person and a white person, and my music is created, and whatever comes out of that is me. It's your perfect blend. It's me, my perfect blend. Yeah. And no one can tell me any different from that. So, and I want to be able to, be inspiring to not just people also that are black and white. It could be anything. They could be black and Asian. They could be, I don't even know, European and Spanish. It could be any mix that they have, as long as they are true to themselves and they don't let anybody put them in a box. That's all that matters to me. Because that's how artists create at their best, is when they are free, creatively free. Definitely.
And in music, there's no right or wrong even.
Exactly. There we go.
It's a fun sandbox for us to play in. I really love your answer there.
Yeah, thank you.
Last question here before we wrap things up. Now that the EP is out in the world, people are streaming, people are loving it. What else is in store for Morgan? What else can fans expect from you?
So I go on my first ever headline UK tour. Super excited for. And also I am working on a second project. So a lot more music to come, a lot more features also. So everyone needs to keep their eyes peeled for sure.
Well, hopefully you put Asia on your tour stops sometime. Because we in Singapore would love to be shaking our bubbles with you. So we hope to see you sometime soon right here in Singapore. With that, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Kiss 92, all the great songs in one place.